Hi guys, it's Melissa, and I am here after a little bit of a hiatus from making videos. I've been sick. I'm still a little bit sick. You can probably hear it in my voice, but I want to get through this because I really missed you and I missed making soap, so I want to take a crack at it. Tonight I am kind of voicing over my video. My regular camera wasn't working, and the camera that I use doesn't have the best sound, so I had to voice over. I'm really sorry. I hate doing it this way because I feel like I'm talking at you instead of talking with you, but it's the only option that I have right now. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And what we're going to get started on is a new formula for me. This one is just cocoa butter, olive oil, castor oil, coconut oil, and a little bit of palm oil. All my formulas that I've made up until now contain shea butter. And I know that some people can be allergic to shea, so I wanted to make sure that I have an option um, for people that are allergic to shea or don't like shea butter. So this is just the cocoa butter one. It has been a little bit long, it has been a little while since I have done this. I'm a little bit out of the loop, so please bear with me as I try and get my rhythm back. My oils and my lye water are completely cool at this stage, and as I'm about to get started, I accidentally put my lye water in first, which you'll see here in a second, and I never ever do that. I usually add my powder additives first because I don't want the lye water to do what it's going to do here, which is thicken cold oil. I like to stir it up just a little bit first. It kind of just keeps it a little bit smoother for me. But there it goes. Never do that. First mistake of the night, but oh well. And I'm also not going to just narrate through this about what I'm doing. I mean, you can watch the screen and see what I'm doing. I also do want to talk to you about some projects I have coming up and maybe answer a few questions or ask if you guys have any questions. So anyway, the next thing that's going in now is my powder additives. This is my kaolin clay and goat milk powder. Normally it goes in first. When you stir it up, you get it in there. It gets things in the oil moving around and gets that incorporated before I put the lye in. And this time it's just going to go in all there together, and it thickens up right away. I was really concerned that I was going to get false trace, but I let it go for a little while and it seemed like it was fine. So that worked out. I'll tell you, after a month of not making soap coming back, I feel like I completely lost my rhythm. I had finally had it down to, making a couple batches in a couple of hours, making my cleanup really easy. I wasn't making as much of a mess, but now I'm back to making a mess, which you'll see that in a little bit. So the next thing that goes in is my cream and sodium lactate. Normally I also put coconut milk in with my milk mix. It's coconut milk, heavy cream, or yogurt, depending on the soap, and goat milk. But I was out of coconut milk. I had a low-fat one in there. It's not what I wanted. The store was at a full fat, so I went ahead and just did the full cream. But next time it'll be fine. So anyway, yeah, that's just about it. I'm going to go ahead and stir it up. I'm going to put the colors in, the colors I put in first. I really wanted to get a drop swirl out of this one, and I was afraid that I wouldn't, but we'll find out in a minute whether I did or not. So anyway, this is just mixing in the colors, so I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about some of the projects I have coming up. I asked you on Facebook whether or not you would be interested in seeing how WordPress works. WordPress is an amazing piece of blogging software, in my opinion. It's not just for blogging, it's a full, what's called a content management system. You can run a blog, you can run a shopping cart, you can run a really, really big website. I don't know if you guys know, but even Yahoo and MSN are WordPress websites. And you can use them for every small project to any big project. And I know that a lot of people that are doing handmade stuff really like to use Etsy. We can get Weebly, sometimes the GoDaddy software. And honestly, in my opinion, these are okay pieces of software, but if you really wanted to reduce your fees by not using Etsy, and if you want to rank higher in the search engines for your search terms, and maximize your profits, you really need WordPress. It's the only piece of software that you're going to use. Come on, kitty. Sorry, my kitty. Come on, baby. It's the only piece of software that you're going to be able to use that's going to allow you to harness every aspect of the internet. Now, it's a really big piece of software if you've never run a blog before, if you've never done a website before, if you don't have a whole lot of web programming knowledge, that's okay. You don't have to utilize every tool. You can use the ones that are just for you. And I'm going to run a series of videos. The first one I'm going to do is Introduction to WordPress. Now, something that you should know about WordPress is that it has two installations, WordPress.com or WordPress.org. WordPress.com is your blogging software. I know that some people already have blogs, so I'm going to show you how to get the most out of that. But even WordPress suggests that if you're going to do a website, that you need to install your own WordPress site. So I will be also running a series on WordPress.org showing you how to install it from your website backend, how to choose a host. My cousin Weldon, he does SEO for a living, and he commented on that post. I'll see if he has anything to add. But I have been making soap, a year, going on a year very soon here. But for the most part, when it comes to running websites, I'm really good at that. I've built all my own websites, and I'm going to show you guys how to get your soap shop online for $0 and not have to have anything special to take payments. It can reroute it right to PayPal. So that's one thing I have coming up. As you can see now, going back to this, I just took a big scoop of pink out of the cup right there on the bottom right hand side. I spilled a whole bunch just trying to make it a little bit pinker. It was really sad. It was like a whole cup's worth of color. And I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast, you guys. It has been a while since I have done a video, and I naturally speak very fast anyway. I kind of have to teach myself and be very conscious of how I'm speaking. So if you have any questions, please just note them below in the comments and I'll get to them. I'm very sorry. Anyway, here I am. I'm just mixing the colors in here. This takes a little while to do this. Longer than I would normally take. Again, I'm trying to get back into my groove. When you haven't soaped for a while, and especially having been sick, I feel like I was starting over from scratch. So, what's one of the other projects I have coming up? I have finalized pretty much all of the soaping formulas that I'm going to use. I have a 4-oil formula, which I love. I have the shea butter one, which is amazing. I have the no palm triple butter formula, which is fantastic. I get so much amazing feedback on that. So all I have now is this one, which is the cocoa butter formula. And pretty soon I will be sending out to test groups. I know when I was going to test in the summertime, I had quite a few inquiries, and I will definitely get back to you guys. I am almost there, I promise. It just took me a little bit longer than I thought that it was going to. So if you're interested in testing, I still have your name. I will pop you a message on Facebook or on YouTube and let you know what to do for being a tester. And if you haven't been asked to be a tester yet and you want to, please let me know. I need another tester in Australia. I need a couple testers in Asia and South America, and I could use one more from Europe. I have one in Holland and one or the Netherlands, and one in Sweden. I could use somebody from Ireland or the UK and also from Southern Europe. So any of those places or anywhere at all, but especially those places. Trying to think what else that I've been up to. Nothing, I've just been sick. Third time I've said that, sorry. Anyway, so the formula at this point, it is a brand new formula for me, and it was a really good pouring consistency, and it started to get a little bit thick, but not too thick. It was like perfect to pour right there. But then comes the moment of truth. I have to pour in the fragrance oil. And the fragrance oil, I was really worried was going to accelerate my trace because it was three different fragrances from 3 different suppliers, and even as I was mixing them together, I could see the cloudiness and the thickness in the little glass bowl, and I was like, oh man, this is going to freeze. I really wanted a drop swirl, and so I was really happy that when I put it in, that it in fact did not at all. accelerate. It slowed it down. It reversed it. Now it did thicken up a little bit, and you'll see me be able to kind of still thin it out a little bit. But for the most part, the fragrance worked perfectly, and I got my drop swirl. So I made one last adjustment to the green there. It was a little bit too dark, and then that's my base, and I get to start pouring. So here we go. So this is just about it for soap making for today, or actually yesterday, the 26th of December. Today's the 27th. And it's actually occurred to me that I didn't give you a fragrance description. This is Apple Berry Cooler, and I was actually just using up some fragrances that I had. So it's got a little bit of blackberry, it has a mixed berry, it has an apple harvest kind of scent. It's like a yummy, delicious apple with just a little bit of cinnamon. It's not overpowering on the cinnamon. And then for the alcohol cooler part, there's no alcohol in the soap. I just used champagne from Brambleberry, and it smells really good. It smelled good when I was making it. It smells good right now. Kind of tart and a little bit of the cinnamon, and yet the dry note from the champagne comes through. It's really beautiful. I can't wait to see what it's going to be like when it cures. So I wrote the formula down so I'll be able to reproduce it in the future because, like I said, I was just emptying stuff out, and the mix came out so well and it soaked so nicely that I think that this is going to be one that's worth keeping. So thank you for listening while I kind of bumbled through this, getting back into the groove, getting back into soaping. I'm going to start doing the WordPress videos. Before I can do more soap videos, I need to order more supplies, so I need to wait for those to kind of come in before I can do that. In the meantime, thanks for watching, you guys. You have a great day, a great week. I hope that your holiday season was wonderful, and I hope that you have a very happy new year, and I hope that 2014 holds wonderful things for you. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will speak to you soon. We're going to go ahead and just finish this up, putting the glitter on it, and then I'll show you the end of it. Hold it up here. Another thing I felt with this formula is it seemed like I said it was just right. It thickened up perfectly. I had plenty of time to play. It swirled wonderfully, and then by the time I'm ready to show it to you, it was solid enough to pick up. So this formula is fantastic. I love it. It's a keeper, I think. We'll see how it looks when I'm done with it. But see, didn't that come out pretty? Perfect, right? Perfect. Thanks a lot, guys. You have a great day, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.